up, boys and girls? Today I'm just doing some maintenance on my Huskee lawnmower LT 4200. I think it came from Tractor Supply a few years ago. But anyway, I just figured I'd do a video on this to help show you if you're gonna do maintenance, like the filter numbers and the blades. I'm gonna put new blades on there, blade numbers, and the belts that go on there too. That way, if you ain't sure about which ones to get, when I get them off and get mine done, I can show you those part numbers so you know which one you can go ask for at your parts store. So right now I'm just finna take the blades off. I'm letting it cool off. I ran it for a second. Finna take the blades off real quick. So I got my lawnmower up on the ramps, and I put anti-seize on these nuts last year, but they're still pretty tight. So what I did, take you a 2x4 or something, fairly long, wedge it between the side of the deck over there and like where your ramp is in the front, so you can put some torque behind this thing and get this nut off. So I got the old ones off. Obviously don't have any numbers or anything, but I'm gonna go to the parts store and match up the star where they go on, and I'll get a picture of the part numbers and all for the new ones to put on here, so when you go you can just tell them which ones you need and they can get it for you instead of trying to have to sit there and match these up. So now if I'm gonna get the belt off, this belt's old, it's stretched out, it's starting to slip a little bit, so I'm gonna get it off. So when you're taking this one off, you want to remember how it goes on there. It goes around the outside of this one closest to the where it slings the grass out. Goes on the inside, this one, outside of that one. You know, it's like a serpentine on your car. Outside of that one, and it goes around to from this side when you're looking at it, goes around the back side of that one, and then goes around the outside of that one over there. We can see it there, and then it just comes back across here to the outside of this one. So now I'm going to change the oil. This is your drain plug on the right side of the engine, or if you're sitting on the mower, the right side of the engine. It just takes a 3/8 ratchet. If you can get your ratchet up there, I just got an extension put on this one to go in there. If you can get a pan of some sort down here, you can drain it in that. It's kind of aggravating, but I get a milk jug. You can use a gallon or a half gallon. I get it in here, and you can drain it in there like that, or you can do kind of how I'm fixing to try to do, and take a piece of plastic or something and just sit up under the edge of this, so when it drains out, it flows on it over into the funnel and into the jug, so you don't get a bunch of oil everywhere. But if you don't, it just runs through this hole anyway. But I'm on a heel, so it didn't end up running off of here. I got it on the heel so it runs out better, but it's gonna run off the side. So I'm gonna put some under there to get it to flow out into my funnel and my jug. So what I ended up doing, I got an old Solo cup, plastic Solo cup, and you can get it, so it'll flatten out. Just cut it, and you can get it up under there like that, and make it flow off of here into your funnel or whatever, into your jug. But it works good because it's already kind of curved. That works out really good because it just runs straight off the Solo cup into my funnel, into my jug. And these only take like 1.5 quarts of oil, so a half-gallon jug works really good. So now she's on. If you're new to changing your own oil, just make sure you dip your finger in a little oil, rub it around the seal before you put it on, and then just tighten that as tight as you can by hand, and you're good. The only other thing I got left, I'm gonna take the belt off and go get a new belt and put on. I'll show you the number for that. I get the blades put on, I'll show you the number for that. And the oil itself, it takes 1030. I just got some Napa brand 1030. It says on the cap 1030. But it takes about 1.5 quarts. I'm gonna put 1.5 quarts in there, and then I'll just check it after that, after it's been sitting level for a while, and see where it's at on the dipstick. Then you can add a little bit from there if you need to. So to get the belt off, you can pull it out from around all of it. This little bar here pops out of this hole. You can bend it down enough to get this side of the belt over, and then the other side just comes up under the pulley, and then over the same way. Those come out easy. This little tab right here, I took a screwdriver and just bent it back a little bit so I can get it out from the pulley, because that just keeps it from coming off. But the only problem is this one right here on this side. It's tough to bend with the screwdriver, because this is the part that moves when you pull the lever to turn the turn the blade on. I have a socket on the top, but on the bottom down there, you'd have to have a wrench, and I don't have my wrench set with me. And I could take the whole pulley off and just get it off that way, or try to. But right now what I'm doing is just taking the bracket, taking the this nut right here for this bracket off, and that whole thing should come up. It's just attached with the spring right here. It should come up, and I should be able to get a crescent wrench. I got a crescent wrench. I should be able to get a crescent wrench on the back side of that pulley to get that off and get the blade off. But I may end up bending that piece out just a hair, so I can get it on and off. I can do that every time, but I don't know. I mean, you don't have to change your belts every, several years. So we're gonna get this off and figure out what I'm gonna do after that. All right, so what I ended up having to do is right there where I was pulling that bolt off, there's a nut up under the underside, so you gotta get up under there and back it off. Mine was pretty rusty, had to use a little WD-40. Got it out. There's a spacer. That bottom piece there is a spacer that goes between that bracket and the deck, and then you got your washer and the bolt, and the nut goes on the bottom. So then that spring, that bar right here just goes in that slot, this closest one to me right here. And then this spring, you can see that spring just goes over the top of that and hooks in. If you gotta, the easiest way to do it would be to just put your socket on top of that and a wrench. If you got a good thin wrench to go up under there that'll hold that nut, get that loose, you can pull the belt off, put it back on, and not have to fool with none of these springs and whatnot. But I didn't have it with me, so I had to do that. But I got the belt off. So anyway, there's more than one way to skin a cat. So I got it off, go get my parts and put them back on. So the brackets for right now, I'm just gonna put these back where they go, just sit. The 3 bolts that go in here are just a 3/8 bolts that go in. There's 3 here, and then on the other side there's another bracket just like this over the other pulley. I just stuck them back on so I wouldn't lose the screws and whatnot. And then this other bolt is a 9/16, that one I just took out. This one right here, it's a 9/16 head, and then you got your nut on the bottom. Not sure, probably 9/16 in it too. I don't know. I used a crescent wrench on it. So anyway, so here's the part number for the blades, XHT, which that means extreme hardness and toughness. Anyway, I guess they fit a Cub Cadet too, but they're made for this lawnmower. I compared it to the other blades too. So there's the length and the part numbers on those. The belt that goes on it, got it from Napa. There's the Napa number there. The other one is black. I mean, they show they probably make a black one that comes off, but that's just the one they gave me. This matches about the same length. And then the filter, this is what they had wrote on there. I don't know. I really ain't sure. The one that came off, I mean, this is the one that goes on there. If you can see, let me see if you can see there's the part number there. So anyway, I don't know if I showed it before, but it just comes off over here. I took it out earlier and washed that off. You just turn these 2 tabs here. Anyway, it just comes up, it slips over, the long end goes over here, and it just slips over that. But that's those interlocking those, but that's all there is to it. Got the new filter on, just slides down, the hole slides over down on top of it. So you can see that slides right down on there. And here's the part number for the oil filter. I showed it when I got the oil change and put the filter on, but for some reason when I hit record, it only recorded for like a couple seconds and cut off, so I didn't have that video. But so there's a picture of that. But all right, so now I got this bracket right here back on. Put that bolt through back through with the spacer and the nut on the bottom. This spring goes right here on this nut, and then this bar here goes, I think, in that hole. I thought the spring went in that hole, but the bar goes in that hole. But really, if you got your wrenches, you don't need that. All you got to do is pull this on both that, loosen that up so it'll come up and you can get the belt out from over it. And then when you put it back on, slide it back on, that bracket just keeps it from, you can see that bracket just keeps it from coming out from around the pulley. And you can just tighten it back up there. So just reroute it the way it went on. All you gotta do is loosen this nut to get a new belt on, and then that's one right there you can bend with a screwdriver. And then your brackets go back on. All right, once you get the belt back on, looped around and up through there where it goes, then you just got to put this cover back right here and the screws back in, and that's pretty much it. Once you get them, there's one on each side, there's one on this side, there's one on the other side. Just put them bolts back in and you're good. I'll put all the part numbers for this stuff down in the description. I don't have links for them because I got them from my local part store, but I'll put the part numbers so you can go just get them and go to your local hardware store. I mean, a part store like Napa. If you got a local Napa, and give them the numbers and they'll give them to you. And then I gotta put, after I get these brackets on, I guess gotta put my blades on. All right, now I got her all put back together. New belt, new air filter, new oil filter, new oil. Everything's good to go. Now all I gotta do now is wash her up and get her from looking like this to looking like to this. So got her all cleaned up, ready to cut grass this year. She's gonna get back dusty again anyway, obviously, but I like to wash it every spring just because the dust that gets on there during the summertime while it sits over the winter kind of gets that mildew type look to it. So I wash it every spring. That's the only time it gets washed. I hope y'all guys enjoyed the video, and I hope you can use the part numbers. It's also under the hood here. Got some part numbers right there to stuff. I guess you could look them up online and order them. I don't really know what the exact brand they are. I go to my local auto parts store, which is Napa, so that's why I did this video. That way, if you don't want to look those numbers up, order them, whatever, if you just go to a local parts store, you can just go give them these numbers that I used. They're cross-referenced, so, or cross-compatible, I should say. So, hope y'all enjoyed the video. See y'all in the next one.